Hey, love. Hey, it's me again. I know you've been doing all the work, reading all the books, journaling, praying, healing, but still feel stuck in the same cycles. This one's for you. Today, we're talking about three quiet culprits that keep powerful women small: victimization, pity parties, and martyrdom. This might sting a little, but it'll be so worth it. Hang in there. So, victimization. You're allowed to acknowledge your pain, but living in your story is different than learning from it. So, if you're constantly saying, why does this always happen to me? People always take advantage of me. The world just doesn't understand me. Here's the thing: life did hand you some hard cards, but healing isn't about waiting for someone to apologize or rescue you. It's about reclaiming your power. And even if you weren't the one who caused you to lose the power in the first place, you really have to take accountability for where you are, no matter who's watching or who did it to you. I know sometimes you just want revenge. And I say that with a laugh because I just literally had a flashback. Sometimes you want revenge. And sometimes even the act of wanting revenge is taking the position that you were a victim in the first place. Sometimes, depending on the situation, you have to acknowledge that you were a victim, but sometimes it's not just being naive and you have to learn. The world had to teach you something, and that's okay. So, what versions of you, I would ask yourself, what version of me benefits from telling this story or living in this story? And what am I afraid will happen if I outgrow it? Ask yourself that. Moving on. The next one is pity parties. Pity parties are sneaky. They masquerade and they hide as self care, but they're really emotional procrastination. The vibe, over identifying with the struggle, wanting others to see how hard it's been, and hoping someone notices and says, "You poor little thing, how could someone treat you like that?" Right? We all deserve compassion, but when your identity becomes rooted in being seen as the underdog, your nervous system gets addicted to it through it. Your nervous system gets addicted to attention through pain. And you don't need to get attention through your pain. You deserve to be seen regardless of what you've been through. You deserve to be seen because you are just who you are. And you don't need emotional validation. The only validation that you really need is from yourself. So when you reposition yourself and you say, I validate me, you no longer need others to do it. So a pity party is just emotional validation, but from a disempowered place. And you don't need that. So ask yourself, what if I let myself be witnessed in my power instead of my pain? Ooh, that felt so strong. That felt so powerful. Let me know what you think or what you come up with. And the last one is martyrdom. Martyrdom. I think I'm saying that right. This one's deep, especially for high achieving women and healers, okay? Because martyrdom looks like overgiving to prove yourself, suffering silently so others can shine, dimming your light, carrying burdens alone so no one else has to. It feels noble, but in truth, martyrdom is just a trauma response dressed up as sainthood. It says, if I suffer enough, I'll be loved. If I suffer enough, I'll be seen. If I'll suffer enough, I'll be safe. No, you deserve all those things effortlessly. You deserve those just because you are you. You don't have to bleed to belong. Ooh, I felt that in my soul. You are allowed to thrive without guilt. Ask yourself, what would it look like to lead with joy instead of sacrifice? What would it look like to lead with joy instead of sacrifice? Come on now. These three identities, victim, pitied, martyrdom, are archetypes that are rooted in fear of being rejected, unloved, or unworthy. But your power lives outside of those cycles. You don't need to suffer to be significant. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. In fact, the most powerful people on this planet are authentic, whether they are inherently evil or inherently good. They're authentic. And that's why it's so powerful. So if you're ready to ride light, to unhook from those old roles, and come back home to your sovereignty, make sure you subscribe and drop a comment below. I want everyone to comment, I reclaim my joy. Because it's yours, baby, and you're back, baby. Let's get it.